again, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Unit 1 Physical World and Measurement for class 11th, and we are discussing dimensional analysis. We have already discussed the limitations of dimensional analysis, and we have talked about the first use of dimensional analysis, that is, it is used to check the correctness of a physical relation. Today we are going to talk about the second use of dimensional analysis, according to which we can develop the relation between two or more physical quantities. We will understand this second use with the help of one example. Let us say we are having energy which is dependent on mass, velocity and time. We have to develop the relation between energy, mass, velocity and time with the help of dimensional analysis. So as I said, energy is dependent on mass. We can write E is proportional to m raised to power a. Similarly, energy is dependent on velocity. Therefore, we can write E is proportional to v raised to power b, and E is proportional to t raised to power c. Now we will combine these factors and we have E is proportional to m raised to power a, v raised to power b and t raised to power c. So this here we are having a sign of proportionality. We have to remove the sign of proportionality, and on removing the sign of proportionality we can write E is equal to k m raised to power a, v raised to power b, t raised to power c. We will determine the values of a, b and c. So by determining the values of a, b and c, we will be able to develop the formula for energy. So as energy is a physical quantity whose dimensions are m1 L2 t minus 2, m is the mass, therefore its dimensional formula is m1 L0 t0. V is representing velocity, so dimensional formula for velocity is m0 L1 t minus 1, and t is representing the physical quantity time. Therefore, dimensional formula for time is m0 L0 t1. We will put these dimensional formulas in equation number 1, that is, in the equation E is equal to k m raised to power a, v raised to power b, t raised to power c. So let us write the dimensions of energy, that is m1 L2 t minus 2. It is equal to, we will not write the dimensions of k because it is a constant of proportionality. It does not possess any dimensions. So we will write the dimensions of mass, that is m1 L0 t0 whole raised to power a. For velocity we will write m0 L1 t minus 1 whole raised to power b, and for time we will write m0 L0 t1 whole raised to power c. Now we will take the powers inside the brackets. So we have m1 L2 t minus 2 is equal to m1 into a, that is m raised to power a, because the power of L and t is 0, therefore L0 t0. And then in the next bracket we have m0 L raised to power 1 into b, that is b, and t raised to power minus 1 into b is minus b, and in the last bracket we have m0 into c, m0, L0 into c, L0, t raised to power 1 into c, that is t raised to power c. Now we are having same basis, so powers will be added up. Here m raised to power a plus 0 plus 0. So we have added the powers of the same base, that is mass. For length, similarly we have 0 plus b plus 0. And similarly for the physical quantity t, same base t, we are having powers 0, minus b and c. We will add up these powers. So we have t raised to power 0 minus b plus c. Therefore, rewriting the above equation, we can write it as m1 L2 t minus 2 is equal to m raised to power a, L raised to power b, t raised to power minus b plus c. Now we are already aware about the principle of homogeneity, that is, the powers on the both sides of a physical relation or a dimensional relation are same. So according to the principle of homogeneity, the powers of the same physical quantities are same. That is, we have a is equal to 1, b is equal to 2, and t is equal to minus b plus c is equal to minus 2. That is, powers of t are same on the both sides of a equation. So a is equal to 1, we have already determined the value. We have already determined the value of b, which is equal to 2. Now we have to determine the value of C. We will put the value 2 in this equation. So minus 2 plus C is equal to minus 2. Taking 2 on the other side, we have C is equal to minus 2 plus 2, which is equal to 0. Therefore, the value of C is 0. As we have determined the values of A, B and C, we will put it in the equation number 1, which we have built for the energy. That is the equation which is representing the formula for energy. That is, we have A is equal to 1, B is equal to 2 and C is equal to 0, and we are going to put it in equation number 1, which is E is equal to K m raised to power A, V raised to power B, T raised to power C. So we can write it as E is equal to K m raised to power 1, V raised to power 2 and T raised to power 0. And for anything raised to power 0, we have the value 1. So T raised to power 0 will turn out to be 1. We have E is equal to K mv square multiplied by 1. So we can say E is equal to K mv square, which is the relation between energy, mass and velocity. That is, this energy is independent of time. That means you are already aware that energy is dependent on mass and velocity, such that kinetic energy K is equal to half mv square. So here the value of K is half, but we will not put it. Now we will talk about the second example, and here we can say if a physical quantity force F is dependent on mass m, velocity v and radius r, then develop the relation between force, mass, velocity and radius with the help of dimensional analysis. So you can get the question like this. So we can determine the relation between force, mass, velocity and radius with the help of dimensional analysis. Again, we will discuss this example so that you must be able to learn thoroughly how to apply dimensional analysis in order to develop the relation between two or more physical quantities. As F is dependent on mass, so F is proportional to m raised to power A. Then force is dependent on velocity, so we can write F is proportional to V raised to power B. Also, force is dependent on radius, so we can write F is proportional to R raised to power C. So this implies we are having a formula F is equal to m raised to power A, V raised to power B, R raised to power C. We have to remove the sign of proportionality, therefore we have a relation F is equal to K m raised to power A, V raised to power B, R raised to power C. Our next step is to write the dimensional formulas for all these physical quantities. So first of all, let us mark this equation as equation number 1. So the dimensional formula for the physical quantity F, that is force, is given by m1 L1 T minus 2. Then dimensional formula for velocity is m0 L1 T minus 1, and dimensional formula for radius, which represents length actually, we can write it as dimensional formula for radius is m0 L1 T0. And we are left with the dimensional formula of mass. So dimensional formula of mass is m1 L0 T0. So we have written down the dimensional formulas for all these physical quantities. Now it is time to put all these dimensional formulas in equation number 1. So instead of writing force, we will write its dimensional formula, that is m1 L1 T minus 2, and we will not write the dimensional formula for K because it is constant of proportionality. It does not has any dimensional formula. We have substituted the dimensional formula for mass m1 L0 T0 whole raised to power A, dimensional formula for velocity, that is m0 L1 T minus 1 whole raised to power B, and dimensional formula for radius as m0 L1 T0 whole raised to power C. Now we will take the powers inside, so we have m raised to power A L0 T0, then m0 L raised to power B T raised to power minus B, then m0 L raised to power C T0. So now we have taken the powers inside. Now it is time to add up the powers of the same basis. So m raised to power A plus 0 plus 0, L raised to power 0 plus B plus C, and then T raised to power 0 minus B plus 0. Now we will rewrite this as m raised to power a, l raised to power b plus c, and t raised to power minus b. And on the left hand side, we will also rewrite the equation as dimensional formula as m1 l1 t minus 2. Now according to principle of homogeneity, once again the powers on the physical quantities are same on the both sides of a physical equation. So according to principle of homogeneity, we have 1 is equal to a, that is power of mass is same on both the sides. So 1 is equal to a, b plus c is equal to 1, and minus b is equal to minus 2. So cancelling out minus, we are left with b is equal to 2. We are having the value of a, we are having the value of b, and we will use the value of b in this equation, so we can calculate the value of c. So we have 2 plus c is equal to 1, or c is equal to 1 minus 2, that is c is equal to minus 1. Now we have calculated the values of a, b and c, that is we have a is equal to 1, b is equal to 2, and c is equal to minus 1. We will put all these values in the equation number 1, that is f is equal to k, m raised to power a, v raised to power b, r raised to power c. So we can write f is equal to k, m raised to power 1, v raised to power 2, and r raised to power minus 1. Now we can take r raised to power minus 1 in the denominator, so power will turn out to be positive, that is f is equal to k mv square upon r. So this is the formula for the force, and we know that F is equal to mv square upon r is the formula for the centripetal force. So we have developed the formula for the force with the help of dimensional analysis. I hope you have understood all this concept. Now practice other questions from your NCERT, and if you have understood the concept, then do not forget to press like, subscribe and share button, and do press the bell icon to get the latest notifications on my videos.